Hello everybody, happy Halloween, and thanks for tuning in to California State Park's virtual Halloween. My name's Aaron, and I'm at Monterey State Historic Park. We've got some fun crafts for you today, and right now we are going to be doing Papel Picado, which is a traditional craft for Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. But before we get started, what is Papel Picado? Well, Papel Picado, it translates roughly to cut paper or perforated paper. It got its origins in Mexico, and it's actually not limited just to Day of the Dead. It is a festive decoration used for many holidays, and different colors of paper or different imagery has different meaning depending on what the Papel Picado is going to be used for. But today we're focusing on Dia de los Muertos. Now, traditionally, Papel Picado is going to be made out of tissue paper, though you can also use construction paper, as you see the ones hanging behind me are made out of. I have some tissue paper ones right here. You see, it's many layers of tissue paper. The way it would be cut traditionally would be using a chisel and a mallet and actually hammering out and cutting through these layers of paper. So you would do many at a time and then put another stack on of a different design, and then you would string them all together. Now today we're going to be using scissors to cut them out, make it a little bit easier to follow along as well. So construction paper, tissue paper, either one will do. You can use any color. Very pretty, very festive. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we would love if you would follow along.
All right, so I'm here with our guide Aaron, and
Hello.
We are going to be using tissue paper to make some Papel Picado. If you don't have tissue paper at home, you can also use printer paper or construction paper. And we're going to be using a rectangular size, so I would recommend using a rectangle. The only other thing that you're going to need to make the actual Papel Picado is scissors. So make sure that it's okay for you to go get some scissors so that you can cut out some of the shapes that are in the Papel Picado. You might also want to get some string along with some tape or glue so that you can hang these from a string and make a banner if you like. So Aaron and I are going to take these rectangular pieces of paper, and we're going to start making an accordion fold. So you're just going to take a little bit of your paper and fold it down and crease it. And then you're kind of going to fold it like a fan. So you're going to just fold it back the other way, about that same width. So you're just going to go back and forth down the length of the paper, folding back and forth just like a paper fan. And this is almost just like when you make like a paper snowflake.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking of, yeah.
Because we're going to fold it and then we're going to cut it and it's going to make the shapes. Okay. So I have just a little bit here at the edge, and it's okay that it's not the same size as the rest. I can cut that off if I don't like it later.
Okay.
Okay, so we're both ready. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to start cutting shapes. So it doesn't matter what shape you want to make. You can make it kind of like a triangle. So I'm going to cut kind of a triangle right here. What are you going to do, Aaron?
Are we going to go the entire length down the middle?
We are going to go the entire length down the middle.
Okay.
And it doesn't really matter which side you choose either.
Right. And you can cut any shape as long as you don't cut all the way through your paper.
Yeah, good point. So you don't want to cut all the way through your paper or you're going to make your paper shorter.
Small cuts along the edge.
Really good point. I'm going to also make maybe kind of like a rectangle. So I'm going to cut straight down one way, straight down the other way, not all the way through, just like Aaron said, and then I'm going to cut across. So Aaron, in Papel Picado, the cutting can be different shapes and have different meanings, right?
Yes. So I think as we mentioned at the beginning of the video, this can be done for many different holidays. Papel Picado is not just for Day of the Dead. However, it is, one of the more popular holidays that these are used for. But the shapes and the colors have different meaning. Both orange and pink, as well as white and black, are traditional for Day of the Dead. But this can be used for birthdays, Christmas, quinceañeras, and the patterns as well. We're cutting simple patterns like triangles and squares. However, more elaborate Papel Picado will have like the sun or skulls or flowers or fruit. It can be really elaborate, just like that mold that I held up at the beginning of the video that showed the pattern of the sun on the tissue paper. It can be really quite beautiful and elaborate designs.
And just a note for safety, because we are trying to hold it and we're trying to cut it, just be very careful of your fingers so that you don't cut your hand, you don't cut your fingers. So if you've ever visited Monterey State Historic Park or some of our other parks throughout California, maybe San Juan Bautista, you may have seen Papel Picado hanging up in some of our buildings. Mm-hmm. So we have this hanging up here in the custom house. And like Aaron said, this is just used for a lot of different festivities for Mexican holidays.
And it's really similar. Maybe you've seen, you think of like Chinese cut paper and stuff, and that actually they believe has its origins and influences from China. And my understanding is that the paper itself was referred to as papel de China, or Chinese paper. And that was due to a lot of trade. As cultures mingled through trade, they exchanged culture and ideas and materials, and you get that kind of blend. So there is a bit of a Chinese influence to this as well.
Yeah, Papel Picado is really a craft that's blended different cultures. I believe there's even some Middle Eastern or Moorish influence in this as well. So it's kind of a diverse craft here.
All right, I'm almost to the end here. I was too busy talking.
Yeah. We're going to open these up and we're going to see how these look. It's going to be a mystery to both of us.
Now you can also do some cuts on the ends as well, right?
Yeah, you could do cuts on the ends as well.
We cut along the bottom.
I'll do that.
But I think I'm also going to put a little bit of a cut in the end here and see what this does. I don't know. I have to be careful with the tissue paper because it's so thin. The construction paper is a little tougher.
And with your scissors, it's easier to kind of use the middle of the scissor to get a good cut. If you're trying to use the tip, it might not cut as well, but just make sure that you don't close those scissors down all the way, or you might cut through your paper, or you might even cut into your hand, so you don't want to do that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Okay.
All right. Should we
ready,
open
Aaron.
these up?
I think so.
All right.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay, on the count of three.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. All right.
Look at that.
So there's our Papel Picado, and if we want to hang them up, we can fold the top part down. We can put a piece of string. You want to get a nice long piece of string depending on how long you want your banner to be, but I'm just going to cut a little bit of string here.
Yeah, we can make a fold maybe at the top here.
Aaron and I had cut that one end, but maybe you don't want to cut that end. You might want to leave that end if you want to make this a full banner.
Then you'd have a nice straight edge that you can fold over, and that's what you can run your string through.
Yeah, you can run your string through that. You can fold this down and tape or glue the flag to the string. I'm going to just tape it. I think that's going to be easiest. We had actually tried glue on the construction paper one behind us. And sometimes glue just doesn't hold as well as it dries. So tape will be just fine. I'm gonna put that right there so Aaron can grab some too.
Yep, so I'm gonna tape mine to this end.
And you might want to make sure that the side that you're folding over and taping over the string stays the same on each flag. So the side that's maybe not so pretty will face away from wherever you're hanging it up from.
Yeah, you can keep that on the back side so the front has this nice even fold. Okay, one more piece of tape on the end here.
All right.
Look at that.
So we could put some more flags on here if we wanted to,
Yep.
and that would be our banner. If you guys make these at home, please share it with us. You can go to the Monterey State Historic Park Facebook page or Instagram page, and we would love to see what you've created.